Hey guys, my name is Eli. I am one of the admins for the BJD Beginners group, and today I am going to show you how to unstring and restring a doll. I've been in this hobby for about 7 or 8 years, and it actually took me 2 years to get the guts to restring a doll. So I know how terrifying it can be, but I'm going to try and make this as easy as possible. Now, the materials you're going to need are, you're going to need a pair of pliers, like this, that can open, if it opens, and can close completely and lock. You're also going to need a 14 gauge wire to help with the process of stringing. This can be a little intimidating, especially for the first time. What I used to do before I got used to it was I would twist the ends of the wire together after I've put it through the string. That actually helped me a lot. Always be careful when putting wires through your doll so you don't scratch the outside of your doll. And I also highly recommend that you do restringing on a soft surface, whether it be a couch, a bed, or even just putting a towel down on a table. So here is my tutorial. Also, there are many different ways to restring a doll. Everybody has a preference. I'm going to show you what works best for me, and I'm also going to teach you how to tell if elastic is bad. And you can get new elastic from various sites. I use Mint on Card. They have a lot of different choices, and they even have what size the string works best for. So you guys can check that out. I'm a big promoter of Mint on Card because I love them dearly. So here we go. Okay, so this is the 14 gauge wire. Basically, you're going to want to take enough off of it so that you have a relatively long piece. And then you're going to take wire cutters and you're just going to cut the wire. You're going to fold the wire in half, just like this, so you can loop string through. So pretty much this is my Doll Zone Mo. I got him second hand, and he came in very floppy. So the first part of restringing a doll is you're going to want to remove the head. So you see how you have an S-hook over here. You're going to take those pliers that I told you about, if I can open them again, because they're really tight. And you're just going to pull up the S-hook, and you're going to turn it, and you're going to take the head off. Okay, so the first part of unstringing is the really intimidating part. Basically, you're going to pull the foot out like this, and then you're going to clamp where this is here. You're going to remove the S-hook, and then you're going to let go of the elastic. Now, you are going to hear a snap, and it's completely normal. Don't freak out. Now, when I restring, I always put the pieces in order where they're supposed to be. Okay, so that's one side. You're going to do the same thing with the other side. You're going to pull and clamp, and you're again going to remove the S-hook. This one's being difficult. Okay. And then again, you're going to hear that snap. And again, we're just going to put the pieces on the correct sides. And now you have successfully removed the legs. Now the next part is the rest of the torso. You're going to just pull all these pieces back, and then you're going to remove the S-hook on the neck, Don't lose it. And you're gonna pull this elastic through this way, because the knot doesn't fit through the neck. Okay, the next is the hands, which to me are more terrifying for some reason, but whatever. And again, we're gonna clamp, and we're gonna remove the S-hook. And make sure you keep everything together because you may lose things. And again, you're gonna hear the snap. And here are all of your arm pieces. And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other hand. Clamp. And remove the S-hook. And again, the snap. That one actually didn't snap, yay! And you're gonna put the parts on the correct side again. And then you're gonna take the arm elastic. See how it's in there like that? You're just gonna pull it out this way. Now, the elastic in this particular doll is bad, and I'm gonna show you how to tell that. Basically, when you stretch elastic, it should really pop back very, 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 I guess you could say, quickly. Whereas this, you can see it's not very stretchy. Is new elastic. You see how it pops back a lot faster than the other one? That means that this is good elastic. Elastic can go bad after many years of use. It's usually not something that's a big deal, but it can really help with posing when you do this. So I have this long piece of elastic that we're gonna have to cut. Okay, so this was his old string. What you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of match up the old string with the new string, and then you're gonna cut where it was. Since he was really loose, I'm actually gonna tighten it a little bit more than it was before. So we're just gonna make a simple knot. And there's his arm elastic. So now we're gonna take the wire and we're gonna loop it through just like this. We're gonna bend the ends a little bit since it's easier to get into the shoulders. Oh, you always want to do the arms first, because if you do the rest first, it's like impossible to do the rest. So we're just gonna kind of stick it through the arms. And then what I always do to make sure that we don't lose the arm pieces is I loop it around the neck so we don't have any issues with it being uneven. And we're just gonna do this again for the other side. Like so. Now you always want to make sure that the knot is in the middle. Always. Always in the middle. So now that we have this piece done, we're going to take the pieces that we had from before. So we start with the shoulder, and we put the wire through the shoulder and we pull it onto the torso. And then we have these little peanuts. I call them peanuts. And we're gonna put them on. So you always want to put the larger side of the elbow peanut first. And then you take the next piece of the arm. And then you want to pull the elastic through a little bit. And then since his body has these cute little arm pieces, you're going to put the arm piece, the little wrist piece, I guess it's a wrist piece, not an arm piece, in like so. So then this part's the difficult part. You pull the elastic all the way through. You're going to pull your pliers out again, and you're going to clamp them close. Okay, so we're going to put the S-hook through there. I'm going to put the hand back on, trying to make you see it. Okay, and then you're going to keep your hand on the hand. You're going to pull a little bit, and then you're going to let go of the pliers, and then you'll remove the wire. Okay, so because this is really weird, you're going to want to put it in this away. And now the hand is on. Yay!
Preview. 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 Preview.
Okay, so this is his body elastic, and we're just gonna try to make it the same size. My husband is yawning. He finds this boring, I guess. Husband's like, these freaking doll people.
Preview.
And again, since he was pretty loose, I'm gonna do it a little bit tighter. And you can just kind of cut off the excess, because that would be really annoying. Okay, so this part's a little tricky. You're gonna take the string, and you're gonna kind of fold it so that the knot is not like this. You want the knot to be a little bit more to the side, so when you put it through the body, like so, oh, his arm's in the way. The knot doesn't interrupt anything. You're going to take out the wire, and you're going to put his head S-hook back on. And then you're going to pull from over here. Now, on the inside you see that the knot's in the middle, right? You don't want it too far to the top or to the bottom. Now here comes the mildly hard part. Especially since I prefer my dolls really tight, so you obviously don't have to make them this tight, but I tend to like tight dolls. That's what she said. So here is his body. Now some bodies won't have these two things here, and you can just pull the string right through, but since he does, we have to do one string at a time. Now you're gonna look inside and see which one lies where. Since this one's over here, we're going to do this side first. You could do whichever side first, really, but this is the one I want to do first. So you're going to put the wire And you're gonna kind of try and wiggle it around until you get it through this hole. Okay, and then you can use something like a pill bottle or whatever. I normally just hold it, but you can put like a pill bottle or like, you know, something to hold it in place. But I just kind of hold it. And again, wiggle it around. And now this part of his torso is good. And now he has the wee-wee part. Little wee-wee. Sorry, I find doll penises really adorable. That's really weird. I'm sorry. That was really awkward. And then you're gonna pull this one through. And again, we're gonna take out the wire. And I'm just gonna hold this here. And we're gonna put the wire through here. And then again, through here. Now, I do want to bring up that you don't always have to use wire. I believe it's Volks, and I think Leek sells them too. They're like these hooks that are really confusing to me, so I never actually used them. But a lot of people think that they're easier, but whatever. Okay, so you're going to take this, and you're going to put it through. And you take all of those pieces that you left. And again, leg peanut, big part, goes up first. And then we have calves. And then of course Doll Zone still has these parts right here. You put this on. You want to make sure that this notch is on the bottom, because if you look at the foot, you can see a notch here and a notch here. This notch is going to go in the front of the foot. Okay, so again, once I find my pliers again, we're going to pull and clamp. I'm going to put, I'm going to loosen this a little bit. I'm going to put this here. And we're going to put the foot on. I'm going to pull the foot and take out the wire once again. And then you're just going to let go. And see how those notches make it so the foot stays in place? That's very important to make sure that those notches are on properly. Now we're just gonna, you know, make him not look scary. And we're gonna do the same thing with the other side.
Preview. Preview.
I'm just gonna make sure everything's in place. These are locks, so these always go in the back. He has these mobility thighs, which makes life so much easier. Now you can see he's a lot more solid. You know, he's not flopping around anymore. Next is we're gonna put the head back on. So you just kind of put the head on the S-hook. You're going to take your pliers again, and you're just going to pull up and twist so it goes into these little notches on each side of the head. And then head cap. and you're all done. And that is pretty much how you restring a doll. This is my way of restringing. There's a lot of different ways, but to me this is the easiest, and to me this is how they pose the best. There's many different ways of restringing, but this one happens to be the one that I always do. Whenever I get a doll in, I usually always restring them this way. I hope that this makes you feel a little bit better about restringing your doll. It is really scary because, you know, you never know if you're gonna do it right. But feel free to ask any questions. I'll be happy to answer any of them. Now I'm gonna go make him some clothes.
Preview.